Welcome to our kitchen. Michael is sitting here making his famous tuna salad.
World famous.
It's world famous, and it is real good. I know Kari Hires loves it. If she came in this kitchen, she'd eat half that bowl. But I'm fixed to share a recipe with y'all that a fan out there shared with me. And I start by melting a half a stick of butter. So while I'm melting this, I just want to remind y'all that when you come on the video, I want to remind y'all to subscribe because that way you'll get notices that otherwise you wouldn't get if you don't hit subscribe. And of course it costs nothing. It costs not 1 penny. So I'll remind y'all of that daily. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick like before I get started. Because this I might wind up with some hand action in this recipe. So the recipe calls for a 9x9 square. I don't have a 9x9, but I do have an 8x8. So I'm just gonna pour that butter in the bottom. And you know, I just truly love hearing from y'all. I love it. And this is from Kathy Rains Cherry. Isn't that a cute last name, Cherry? Kathy Cherry, I love it. She said, good morning, Miss Paula. I'd like to share a biscuit recipe with you. The biscuits are called 7-Up biscuits. I first saw this recipe on Facebook a few years ago, and I thought, well, it had to be a joke. But she said, finally, after a few months, her curiosity got the best of her, and she made them, and she said they literally melt in your mouth. And she goes on to say, Paula, I've been a huge fan of yours since your show on Food Network, and I found your quarantine cooking on YouTube back in the fall of 2020, and now I watch you without fail every morning. You truly are my favorite Southern cook. Oh, that's sweet, sweet. She said, I remind her of her precious mother, Claire May, who's no longer with them. And she said her mama loved the show and she watched it every day. And her favorite recipe was Nacho Mama's banana pudding. And Kathy said she said every Sunday her mother had banana pudding on the table for Sunday dessert. And she said she never liked it. But then she tried Nacho Mama's. And Kathy said it's a regular on her. Only banana pudding that she will let come out of her kitchen. So Kathy, thank you so much. She was born in Kentucky. Oh, I want to read y'all this part. She was blessed to be born in the beautiful bluegrass state of Kentucky. And as a child, we tied June bugs on crochet threads, you know, because it's a thicker thread, and flew them like kites.
We used to do that.
Oh, Michael said he used to do that. We ate fried bologna sandwiches on white bread with mayonnaise. We drank ice cold Pepsi from glass bottles, and we bought penny candy from Ruth Harris's store. Yesterday's memories have become today's treasures. And I know exactly what you're saying, Kathy. Exactly.
I did all them things.
You did all them things?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the recipe for 7-Up biscuits, y'all, calls for 2 cups of that biscuit mix that everyone knows. But over the years, I developed my own, which I think is incredible. To me, it's the best biscuit mix I've personally ever tasted. But you won't find it in your grocery stores. You'd have to go to Paula Deen's store or the website or
PaulaDeen.com.
PaulaDeen.com if you would like to try some. So I've got 2 cups of that, and Kathy tells me to cut in the sour cream into the mix. You sealing that up, Michael? Michael just got back from the doctor. So the doctor is encouraging him to lose a little weight. So he's gonna be living off of tuna fish now for a few days. But I tell you what, once Michael makes up his mind, he can do anything in this world. I've never seen such a person with so much determination. So today is like January the 1st for him. New Year's resolutions. All right. You know, my biscuit mix, I never make a biscuit at my house that I don't make it with buttermilk. The buttermilk just gives that mix the best twang. You know, it's just a twang that you can't get with regular sweet milk. Okay. Now it calls for a half a cup of 7-Up. And she doesn't say whether you use diet or...
Mama used to make a 7-Up
I'll
cake.
be doggone. That's exactly a half a cup.
We've only been doing it 80 years.
I ain't been doing it no 80 years. I may look like it. So this is gonna make a soft dough. And this is the same process that I use when I'm making regular biscuits. All right, so we're gonna take some of the extra biscuit mix. Let me get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And my counter's super clean, so I'm just gonna do it right here on the counter. Just gonna empty that into our extra biscuit mix. Just gonna knead it a little bit. Don't want to overwork it. Because we want these to be nice and tender. Now, I don't know if she says roll them out. I usually just pat my biscuits out. Pat dough, yeah. Just pat it out. That's the way I do it. Into like a 9x9 or 8x8, whatever you're using. Okay. And I'm using, what is that, like a 2-inch? Looks like about a 2-inch to me. And she said to lay them right on top of the melted butter. Ooh, I can't wait to taste these. I'll taste it for you, okay, Mikey?
Yeah. I'll take pictures of it.
Okay. Mmm. Beautiful biscuits. And so stinking easy to make. All right, now I'm gonna have to rework this dough to get my last two. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Mm.
What do they used to, push your thumb in the top of the biscuit.
Well, my grandma Harris did that. I'm just moving that butter around. And I don't know why she did it, Michael, but you know, she always used to do this. And I thought, well, maybe she did it so it'd give them a place to put the butter. But I was actually reading the other day, can't remember where I was reading it, but they say it's done for making the biscuit rise. So I don't know. So Kathy said to cook these for, I wish I could get one. I could get one more, but I ain't got a place to put it. Kathy said to cook these in a preheated oven. I think she said 12 to 15 minutes. Let me see what I did with the recipe. Yep, 12 to 15 minutes in a preheated 450 degree oven. So that's why they don't cook very long, because 450 is a hot oven. Ooh, look at those biscuits, nice and brown. Yum, and it's still got butter in the bottom. Well, Kathy, our biscuits look heavenly. And I have my own line of honey, and it is so good. I love it. I have it in different flavors. This is a wild berry, and they're all so good. But it's delicious. Kathy, I so much appreciate you sharing that recipe with us, all of us that watch this video. And you know, the honey or preserves or jelly is wonderful with a biscuit. But I hope y'all will watch the next video, because I'll tell you something else that's wonderful on these biscuits, and that's sawmill gravy. So that's the next recipe coming up tomorrow. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.